Hey, Susan. So this is it, right? We're getting divorced? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
What are you asking for? It's not like my opinion matters to you at all. You're the one who's determined to kick me to the curb.
Kick you to the curb? You cheated on me, Susan. I'm not kicking you to the curb. You did that to me. You don't have any remorse at all for what you did, do you?
Remorse for what? I didn't do anything wrong.
You have got to be kidding me. Let me repeat, you cheated on me. You don't think that's wrong?
I mean, okay, maybe I did. But just try for 1 second to look at it from my perspective. Think about it, Kyle. Why would I cheat on you if you didn't do anything wrong to me?
Are you seriously saying it's my fault that you cheated on me? I have been nothing but good to you from day one. I've done everything for you that a husband should and then some. So if you're gonna sit there and claim this is my fault, you're gonna have to show some receipts. Tell me, what did I do to deserve this?
Yep, that's exactly how I thought you'd react. You haven't even done a single ounce of self-reflection on how you could have done better. It's precisely that uncaring attitude of yours that forced me to run into another man's arms. So, once again, me cheating on you was your fault. You are in no position to criticize me for anything.
Don't give me attitude. I want specifics. Tell me in precise terms, what did I do wrong? If I really deserve to get cheated on like you're claiming, then there must be one specific incident where I wronged you.
I shouldn't have to tell you, but fine. It's because you did nothing but work. Do you have any idea how lonely I was with you gone all the time? I had one little affair to cope with the loneliness, and now you're acting like I'm some sort of villain. I'm disappointed in you, Kyle. I didn't think you were this insensitive when we first met.
What are you talking about? I had a completely normal 9-to-5 job. I always had weekends off, and I used them to spend as much time with you as I could. So if you're trying to tell me that I did nothing but work, I don't have the slightest clue where you're coming from.
There you go, proving me right yet again. I really didn't realize how lonely you were making me feel. If my own husband neglects me like that, what else am I supposed to do but find a man who will give me the attention I need?
I'm speechless, Susan. Completely speechless. I've never in my entire life met an adult who's willing to do this kind of mental gymnastics in order to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. I'm insensitive, huh? Well, you're just a garden variety sociopath.
I'm not a sociopath. I was just unfortunate enough to marry an uncaring, heartless, vindictive, spiteful, pathetic excuse for a man. You are scum, Kyle. That's the best thing I can say about you.
Are you for real right now? Dear God, you're a piece of work, Susan. Whatever, I'm done with this conversation. There's no point in trying to talk to you about this, or for that matter, anything else ever again. I guess this makes it official. We're getting divorced. I'll start making the necessary arrangements.
Yeah, do whatever you want. I don't care. That just makes it easier for me to finally be with my boyfriend. He cares for me way more than you ever did, you jerk.
How wonderful for the two of you. Oh, well, this actually makes my life a lot easier, too. You moving in with him means I can save a bunch of money on having you served. It would have been at least another couple $100 in legal fees if you were at different addresses.
What? You're suing me?
Do you need me to spell it out for you? Fine, I see you're both immoral and an idiot, so I'll get straight to the point. I'm suing both you and your boyfriend for the affair. You
really are thick, Kyle. Weren't you paying attention just now? I cheated on you because you were neglecting me. It was your fault. And since it was your fault, you're the one who should be paying me damages.
You have got to be joking. All right, let's hear your incredible legal theory on how I'm the one who owes you damages. I'm all ears.
It's easy enough to understand. I shouldn't have to explain it. We're getting divorced, and it's your fault. So you owe me money. See? Simple.
Wow, have you considered taking up a career in law? Good God, there's not enough ibuprofen in the world to fix the headache you're giving me.
I'm sorry, was that too hard for you to understand? You're such a moron. How can you not get this?
Yeah, you got me real good. I'm clearly no match for your superior intellect, Susan. I'm gonna have to get a pretty good lawyer to take you on. That's not actually me being sarcastic, though. I am getting a good lawyer. Anytime you want to talk to me, you can go through him.
Lawyer? Are you for real?
Yeah, I don't have the time or patience to talk with you about this anymore. I'm getting a lawyer to take care of everything for me. You're just too much to deal with. I'll let you know once I've officially retained one, and after that point, I don't ever want to speak to you again. Take it up with my lawyer.
Hold on just 1 second. That's not fair. You can't be the only one of us with a lawyer. What about me? I want a lawyer too.
Wake up, Susan. We're getting divorced. Why the hell would I have to get a lawyer for both me and you? That's not how any of this works. If you want a lawyer, get one yourself.
Fine, I'll get myself a lawyer, a really, really good one, and I'm gonna take you to the cleaners. I'm gonna sue you for everything you've got.
I'd like to see you try. Anyway, this conversation is over for now. We'll pick it back up when we both get our lawyer situation settled. I have to go to work early tomorrow anyway. What about you? Are you at your parents' house right now? Don't cause your mom any trouble about this. Got it? This doesn't concern her.
I don't need to hear that from you. She's my mom, not yours.
I know that. That's not the point. Forget it. I'm done. Goodbye.
Hey, Kyle, you're on break right now, aren't you? I need to talk to you now.
What the hell do you want, Susan? I thought I made myself clear the last time we spoke. We're getting divorced and I don't want to talk to you anymore. Now stop messaging me. I'm going back to work.
Please, I really need your help with something. I am in big trouble, Kyle. Big trouble. Could you please just listen to me? All I need is a few minutes.
Fine, I'll listen, but that's all I'll do, got it? No help, no favors. I'm gonna regret this, but what's the matter?
So you told me that you were going to get a lawyer, right? And so I told you that I'm going to get one too, remember?
Yeah, I remember. And? Did you find one?
No, I can't find a lawyer who will represent me no matter where I look. Every time I go to talk to a lawyer about suing you for emotional damages, they keep telling me that I won't win the case. And worse, the only thing any of them have offered to do for me is try and lower the damages I'll have to pay you as much as possible. What is going on? Isn't that just totally bizarre?
No, that's not bizarre at all. What's your issue? It's obvious to anyone with a brain that you are at fault in our divorce. You don't even have a snowball's chance in hell of getting a single cent out of me.
But it's not like this is all my fault. You're partially to blame for this too, you know that? I shouldn't have to pay you any money when you're at fault too.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that your reality check is going poorly for you. So, is that everything you wanted to tell me? I don't really see how this concerns me. I already knew that you were never gonna be able to win in court.
Of course it concerns you.
Look, I have way better things to do than listen to your idiotic ramblings. If you just wanted to complain about your situation, then I'm going back to work.
Wait, I think I remember you saying that one of your relatives was a lawyer, right?
Yeah, and? What about it?
Can you give me their phone number?
Really now? Think, Susan. Every single lawyer you spoke to until now turned you down. I don't think a lawyer who's related to me is gonna be of any more help.
But if they're related to you, that means they're related to me. And since they're family, they'd probably at least be a little bit more willing to help me out.
I see you weren't paying attention just now. Let me repeat, it does not matter if they're related to me or not. They're not going to tell you anything different than what you've been told before.
You don't know that for sure. Maybe the other lawyers were all just a bunch of misogynists and didn't want to help a woman in trouble.
Wow, Susan, you never cease to impress me. I did not expect the poor oppressed woman angle from you. In any case, I hope you didn't get your hopes up too much because he's not gonna represent you.
Why not?
Because I already hired him. He's representing me. So even if I did give you his phone number, he can't help you. Even if he could help you, he wouldn't. Get it? You're on your own.
Then I'll hire him too. He's a lawyer, so if I pay him, he'll represent me. That's his job, right?
Oof. Where to even begin? Yes, there is a problem with that. He's representing me, Susan. He can't represent both me and the person I'm suing. Seriously, Susan, try thinking before you open your mouth next time.
What do you mean? If he's working on both our cases at the same time, wouldn't that just save him time and effort? And besides, since we're all family, that would just make talking things over easier. Just give me his phone number, okay? We can talk about the details later. I need to get a lawyer as soon as possible.
All right, have it your way. I'll send you the number for his office later. Just don't say I didn't warn you when he turns you down exactly like I said he would.
Thanks. If you would have been this helpful up until now, maybe we wouldn't be getting divorced.
I'm gonna go ahead and ignore that remark. I gotta get back to work. Goodbye. And for real, this time, from this point on, whenever you want to talk to me, you need to go through him. Don't message me about anything ever again. And I mean anything.
Don't worry, once I get a lawyer, I'll never talk to you again. I don't need to waste time talking to my ex-husband when I've got my new boyfriend to keep me company.
Speaking of which, my lawyer will be having a talk with him sometime soon, too.
Why? What's he got to do with anything?
Did you forget? I'm suing both of you. I plan to have my lawyer take care of everything as soon as possible, so if you want to get yourself a lawyer, you'd better do it quick.
What are you so concerned about? We're gonna have the same lawyer.
Right. Okay, moving on. Just make sure you respond as quickly as possible when the time comes.
Yeah, I got it. Get off my back. I'm gonna go now. I gotta get ready for a date with my boyfriend tonight. We've got a very stimulating evening ahead of us.
What's going on, Susan? Where on earth are you right now? Why aren't you here at the settlement meeting? I know you knew exactly when and where the meeting was gonna happen.
Oh, that thing? Yeah, I decided not to go after all.
You what? What's the matter with you? My lawyer said you had told him you were going to be here. We have all the documents and everything ready to go. We're just waiting for you.
Well, you're gonna be waiting for a while. I kept looking around, but I was never able to find a lawyer who was willing to represent me. So, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right going to some legal meeting without a lawyer.
Not having a lawyer is no excuse not to be here. Now hurry up and get over here. We're waiting for you.
What's up with that attitude? Yet again, this is all your fault, Kyle. I tried talking to your cousin, and he said that he couldn't represent me because, I don't know, some legal mumbo-jumbo. You should have convinced him to represent me. If you had, then I'd be at the meeting right now.
I told you, Susan, he cannot represent you because he is already representing me. Haven't you ever heard of a conflict of interest? It's your own dumb fault for being clueless about how the law works. And you had more than enough time to get yourself a lawyer, so you have no excuse. You're not going to get out of this by being incompetent and lazy. Get over here now.
Are you ever going to take responsibility for your own actions, Kyle? This is your fault for cheating and hiring your cousin before me.
Cheating? Are you a fifth grader or something? I asked him to represent me and he said yes, that's it. And because I retained him first, he can't represent you. That would be a conflict of interest. For the love of God, Susan, would you just grow up already?
He's your cousin, and since you're still my husband, that makes him my cousin. That's how marriage works, Kyle. You know, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours. That includes our money, our house, our car, and our lawyer. We're still married, that means we have to share. Your lawyer is my lawyer, too.
I'm gonna start ripping out my hair. At least my cousin's enjoying this. He's sitting next to me laughing his head off. Do you understand what that means?
Wow, your own lawyer is laughing at you? That just shows how little you know about the law, loser. I mean, you didn't even know that money and property and stuff is shared when you get married.
To be clear, he's laughing at you, not me. Let's back up a step. Joint assets, which I assume you refer to, are things that a couple purchases together. Are you with me so far?
Duh, I'm not an idiot like you. Everyone knows that.
Okay, next, what sort of property is considered shared assets? Things like our joint savings account, car, house, that sort of thing. And that's it. The end. No more. It's that simple. You think you have a right to be represented by my lawyer just because we're still married and he's my cousin? You're out of your mind.
Don't you get it? You're still my husband. That means your lawyer is my lawyer too.
First, once we're divorced, any connection you ever had will vanish. Second, people are not property. A lawyer isn't a joint asset. I mean, they used to be property, but we fixed that with the 13th Amendment.
So how am I gonna get a lawyer then?
Figure it out yourself. That's what I've been saying. It's not my fault that you're chasing a pipe dream instead of suing me.
But I already told you, I tried to get a lawyer and I can't. What am I supposed to do now? I'm lost.
For now, just hurry up over here and agree to the settlement negotiation. If you don't, then I'm gonna take you to court and you'll be paying legal fees on top of the damages you'll owe me.
I gotta go to court?
Yes, that's what happens when someone sues you, and it's just gonna cost a bunch of unnecessary time and money for the both of us. So if you don't want to go to court, then hightail it over to my lawyer's office right now. Got it?
I got it. I'll head over there now, so just hold your horses. Hey, if I come to the meeting today like you ask, does that mean I won't have to pay you any money anymore?
Of course it doesn't. There is no possible way you're getting out of this, so hurry up and get over here.
But I don't want to have to give you money. Come on, isn't there some way we can work this out? Don't sue me.
Here. Let me repeat. You're not getting out of this. Get over here now.
This is all your fault. Everything. I am never gonna forgive you for this. Never, ever.
You're the last person I wanted to talk to this early in the morning. And it's my day off, too. Can we do this later or never?
Don't give me that. You were there at the meeting yesterday. You saw everything that happened. Because of you, my boyfriend dumped me. Don't you have anything to say for yourself?
Oh, you mean how he said that if it meant getting sued, he didn't want to be with you anymore? You really know how to pick 'em, huh, Susan? Next time you have an affair, try and pick a guy who isn't both a complete flake and a moron. Well, it would be better to not have another affair in the first place, but seeing as how you apparently can't resist, that might be some good advice for you to take.
Stop trying to pin this all on me, Kyle. If you hadn't gone and threatened to sue me, none of this would have happened. Even after how much I begged you not to sue me, you just kept on moving forward with your plan to destroy me. Why won't you just listen to me for once in your life?
I don't see any reason why I should listen to the woman who cheated on me. God, I can see why that guy left you.
Aren't I allowed to be happy? I was serious about him. You have no right to come between me and my true love, you selfish jerk.
If you were really so serious about this guy, don't you think we would have both been better off if you divorced me and then started sleeping with him? You have only yourself to blame for the position you're in. I hope this recent chain of events has taught you a valuable life lesson.
So what am I supposed to do now, huh? Live all by myself, barely scraping by while I pay off the settlement? I don't deserve any of this.
Well, seeing as you cheated on me and all, yes, you actually do. And by the way, your boyfriend left before we finished our discussion, but don't you think you should have tried to stop him?
You know, I tried to stop him. I begged him not to leave. You saw me crying. Don't pretend you forgot.
Oh, I'm actually not talking about that. I don't care if he leaves you or not. I just think he must not have read the papers I sent him properly is all. I'm pretty sure he's not aware that I'm suing him too, not just you. Has he said anything to you about that?
What? Why, though? This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
No, it's not. We went through all of this yesterday. I guess you were probably too caught up with the fact that your boyfriend left you to pay much attention. And since he left before we got around to him, I guess maybe he genuinely doesn't realize it.
Are you seriously doing this? If he gets sued because of me, he is never gonna take me back. He'll be mad at me forever.
That's not my problem. It's whatever, honestly. It's not like he's gonna be able to escape me forever. Worst case scenario, the lawsuit goes into default and I can just get his wages garnished. If you ever talk to him again, let him know that I'm gonna see to it that he pays me what he owes me.
You're enjoying all of this, aren't you, you sick freak? Once I start making payments on the settlement, my savings are gonna dry up overnight. I had been working so hard to save money for the time when I could finally be together with him.
Oh, for the record, that money is also subject to division of assets during the divorce proceedings, so yeah, you shouldn't count on keeping that.
What? No way. That was money that I saved up for myself.
Yeah, and you were taking that money out of my paycheck every month. Since I was the only one who was working, that makes it a joint asset. In other words, half of that money is mine. I'm happy for you. You've been learning a lot about the law these last few weeks.
Wait, so are you saying that I can't use that money to pay off the settlement?
I mean, you can use your half of the money to pay it off if you really want to, but I don't think there will be much left after that.
This sucks. I have no idea how to go on after this. How am I going to get by without my boyfriend or my money?
I guess you could always, get a job.
I told my boyfriend that I had a bunch of savings, though. I thought that would be an easy way to get him to take me back. But now that you're intent on stealing that money from me too, I have no idea how I can save my relationship.
Stealing? Again, that's all money that I made. Nothing out of the ordinary is happening here. Oh, and one more thing. If you run into any legal trouble after this, let me know. I know a good lawyer I can introduce you to. Not long after that, Susan and I were officially divorced. I also made good on my promise to sue her boyfriend, so I'm now getting monthly payments from both him and Susan. To be completely honest, I had always known that Susan was... how can I say this? Well, whatever. I always thought she was kind of stupid. But after everything that's happened during the last few weeks, I have no idea how I never saw what an utter idiot she really was. It's not like I had to lay some clever legal trap for her or anything. She just kept walking into the same metaphorical rake over and over and over again. And don't even get me started on her boyfriend. That guy is a complete flunky. I don't even know how he manages to dress himself and tie his shoes in the morning, much less live on his own. I guess you could say that the two of them are perfect for each other.